This vehicle turn over to the left. FSD should just go right through. No stop sign registered. We're slowing down really rapidly here. Oh, it is Super Bowl Sunday 2025. Interesting, I don't see a stop sign here. FSD is still stopping, so that's interesting. For some reason, there is no stop sign. Did someone forget to put one up? Some people loading their car. We're approaching the stop. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this trip. Click done here. Oh, okay. So it jerked there for a second, and then remove Panera Bread, click done, and it should reroute us to the next. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Barry. I focus on Tesla FSD software and capabilities. We're out for a drive right now. It is Super Bowl Sunday 2025. I just figured I'd get a quick full self-drive video in before the big game. So I'm gonna go ahead and enable FSD right now. And there you go. So the vehicle should now drive itself for the remainder of the route. I've got a few stops programmed into today's trip, about 4 or 5, and they're all pretty close to one another. We'll be sticking to the suburban area here. We're showing about 33 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm running version 13.2.2 for Tesla's FSD software. I'll probably stick in standard mode for the majority of the route. I might switch that over to hurry once we get about 25 to 50% done with the route. I hope everybody is doing well out there. It is a gloomy day. I'm gonna go ahead and defog the front windshield here. But like I said, it is Super Bowl Sunday 2025. So looking forward to the big game here in the next couple of hours. I am filming this around 5 p.m. So we've got just about an hour and a half to kill before the game begins. So we'll see how the route goes. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, we just passed 1,700 subscribers. So I really appreciate all of the support and the feedback I'm getting from you guys. If you want to stay up to date with Tesla's full self-driving software, news, and capabilities, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button down below. It really helps me out, and it helps the channel grow as well. So I really would appreciate it if you do subscribe if you haven't already. Overall, version 13 has been really, really great for me. I've been really enjoying the capabilities that this software version is providing. I am very patiently waiting for 13.2.6. I know a lot of you guys had commented in some of the previous videos saying that you've already received that version for your vehicles. I'm still waiting. I'm on 13.2.2. We have this vehicle turn over to the left. FSD handled that pretty nicely, made a little bit of clearance over to the right, slowed down, and then went on its way. So that was nice to see. But yeah, I'm still waiting on 13.2.6. It feels like I've been stuck on 13.2.2 for a while now. I think I got it probably back in November or December, and I've been on that version update since. So, and I'm not complaining because it's been really great, but I am excited to try out 13.2.6. My battery is pretty low. That's why, if you could see here, FSD, or not FSD, but really the maps here are suggesting that we should stop and charge as soon as possible. I'm at 24%, and you know, the cold weather certainly doesn't help, but I will probably either charge back at home or stop at a supercharger if I have time on the way back after this trip. But again, I hope everybody is doing well. I really appreciate all of the feedback. And there was a topic of discussion that came up on my last video in terms of speed adjustments and FSD failing to do that. And what I mean is, if we're in a 45 mile per hour zone and then we switch over to a 35, or worse yet, a 25, FSD doesn't handle those types of transitionary zones very well. Not well at all, actually. So it'll just kind of maintain the speed and then slow down very late, and that's obviously not a great thing to do. You guys had let me know that you're seeing the same thing in your areas as well, so it's not just me in my area. It sounds like it's a universal problem. So I do hope that they accommodate for that flaw, because that is a pretty major flaw, where if you don't adjust the speed in time, minus the legality issues that come with that, with obvious reasons. It's also a safety concern. If you're if you're dropping from a 45 to 25, there's usually a pretty good reason why that is. So you want to make sure that FSD can handle that. Multiple times I've had to intervene and disengage just to slow down the vehicle and then pick speed back up. So I definitely hope that that's something that they can begin accommodating for, just a quality of life improvement and a big safety factor as well. Making this left here at this light into the Costco plaza here. We have the green arrow, so we should be moving straight through behind these couple vehicles here. And then FSD is making a quick lane change over to the right. We do not have a stop sign here at this intersection, but opposing traffic does, so FSD should just go right through, and it does. So that's great. No stop sign registered. Making a left into the first row of parking. Slowing down, and it looks like it's going to try and park for us, possibly. We'll see here in a second. Okay, so it is trying to do something. I don't know what it's doing. Is it just going to drop us off right here? Looks like it might. Yep, okay. So it just dropped us off right there. I'm going to edit this trip, click done, and then it should reroute us to the next destination. So I'm going to press and hold that blue button, and then it's going to move us forward from here. Seemed like it almost wanted to attempt to park the car, but then at the last second it kind of freaked itself out and ultimately didn't do anything except just park right in the middle of the parking lot. So that would be very cool once we start seeing FSD park at your destination as well. Sometimes it does for me, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think it's an official release note or a highlight as part of version 13 yet. I think it's definitely on their roadmap to include. But we're slowing down really rapidly here because I think it observed some people loading their car, but there's no reason to stop. So it should just be moving forward, but it's kind of it's being pretty indecisive here in this parking lot. I don't know why. And again, there were people loading their vehicles from from Costco, because we're in the Costco parking lot, and you can see it's just speeding up and then slowing down. I don't know what it sees, but it's being very hesitant. I don't know why, but if anybody has an idea, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Making a right turn out of this parking lot here, and then we do have a stop sign as part of this opposing lane, and then we'll be making a left out of this area. But again, these vehicles that are coming towards us do not have a stop sign. That's where we entered from. So FSD did a pretty good job waiting for the cars to clear out. Awesome job maneuvering around that curb as well, because that was kind of a wide angle turn, but super nicely done. Didn't get too close to the curb at all. And then we're going to be making a left turn here. So I will check in with you guys once this light turns green. All right, we got the green arrow to the left, so we are moving forward. FSD is going to take the far left lane here and then make a quick lane change back over to the right, in which we will be going straight here for just about 0.3 miles or so, and then we'll be making a right turn. So I'll check in with you guys once we get to that right turn up ahead. Making this right turn here at this light behind these vehicles, and then our second stop should be pretty much right around the corner. It should be making this right turn here into this Panera Bread lot, and it's doing that very nicely. So it's pulling us right in here, and then it's going to pull right in front of the Panera Bread business. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the trip and then remove Panera Bread, click done, and it should reroute us to the next stop, which obviously we have to get out of this plaza. For some reason, FSD decided to turn its blinker on. Definitely some weird traits with modifying the trip. So when you're editing the trip in real time as it's getting to your stop and you're getting ready to go to your next stop and you remove it, the current stop that is, there's some weird tendencies that happen. But so far it's doing pretty good. Make this full screen. So again, we're successful at our first 2 stops. We have our 3rd stop now programmed into the GPS, maneuvering very nicely outside of Panera Bread. So it pulled us into the business lot here, went around the building, and then it's getting us out very nicely, not having to intervene at all. Got the 0 mile per hour stop. It's interesting, I don't see a stop sign here, but FSD is still stopping. So that's interesting. For some reason, there is no stop sign, which, I don't know, did someone forget to put one up? Because that seems like an area where you probably should have a stop sign, unless I missed it. Let me know if you saw it anywhere in the footage, but I didn't see a stop sign there. But we are now moving forward to our 3rd stop out of the 4 that I have programmed. So far so good. You can see there's really nothing that FSD can't do in the suburbs. Making a lane change here over to the right just to get a clear path. It is awesome. I mean, I am really loving FSD version 13. It is so much fun to just sit behind the wheel and let the car make decisions for you and not have to worry too much about the decisions that it is making. So it's just so much fun. It's such an enjoyable experience. Light is now green and we are moving forward. But there really is nothing that FSD version 13 can't do in the suburbs. It is just super confident and very flawless for the most part. We should expect FSD to turn its blinker on here while we exit. Let's see if it does. No, it doesn't. Okay. Maybe because it took the outer lane of the roundabout. Perhaps if it took the left side of that roundabout, it would have signaled. But ultimately, when it's on the right lane in the roundabout, it did not use its signal. We're moving forward now in about 0.3 miles. 0.2 now, we'll be making a left turn right up ahead. But it is just so awesome. It is such an enjoyable experience to be able to sit here and just let FSD do its thing. Okay, so we'll be making a left turn here. There's generally a bunch of traffic that tends to pile up here, so we have 2 vehicles approaching us. Not bad. Typically I do see a lot more traffic heading this way from this turn. So FSD is pulling in here very nicely. Now we're in a neighborhood registering 25 miles per hour, and we're going about 23 right now. It is a cloudy, overcast day today, that is for sure. I think my temperature is reading 32 now, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going 29 here to 25, which I think is okay. I mean, it is a neighborhood, so you want to be mindful here. All right, so we'll have a stop sign up ahead, and then we should be making a left. Super nice. You saw how it registered this pickup truck in the street, but we had an oncoming vehicle. Didn't hesitate, didn't slow down, just went right through. So it's calculating distance very well, even without LiDAR. But I have seen situations where LiDAR would have been very, very necessary. I know I get a lot of comments saying that unsupervised FSD is going to be very difficult without LiDAR technology and hardware, which I agree. I definitely agree. There's a big disconnect between what FSD can see in terms of speed from other vehicles and distance from other vehicles. So how fast something's approaching the Tesla and at what distance. So I think LiDAR would definitely help with those, but overall you can see it's doing pretty good. It's going to be very interesting to see the unsupervised pilot program kick off hopefully in 2025. I think the goal is to have it ready Q2 of 2025, which would put us sometime in April, May, or June timeframe of 2025. It would be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, it's going to be very attention grabbing for a lot of FSD enthusiasts, but just I think the general public as well. They're going to be keeping a close eye on how the pilot is going, testing any incidents, and so it's going to be an interesting data collection phase for them for sure. We're approaching the stop. I'm going to go ahead and edit this trip. Click done here, and let's see what it does. Oh, okay. So it jerked there for a second because I modified the trip. I'm glad it didn't try to pull back out though, because I've seen again where you're modifying the trip, it makes some really crazy decisions. But at the last second when I modified it, as it was pulling into this parking lot, I saw the wheel jerk, but it didn't go crazy and try to back out of the parking lot without first entering. So it's doing the right thing now. It committed to entering this parking lot, and now it's exiting and moving on to our fourth and final stop. So that's great. That is really, really good to see. It's improving, I think, in my opinion, from what I can see. Okay, exiting the parking lot that we just entered. We'll be making a 0 mile per hour stop here. As soon as it reaches 0, then we're going to creep up here. And then we have clear road, making a left. And then we'll be getting out of this neighborhood. So once we're out of this neighborhood, I'll check in with you guys. Okay, so now we are exiting this neighborhood and we are right behind this Honda Elite. We'll have an unprotected left turn here. Generally, there's a good bit of traffic flowing both ways, as you could see. So the Honda Elite here in front of us is still waiting to move through. So we'll see how FSD does here. Like I said, it's usually pretty busy. There is an intersection down to the left side, though. So if that light's red, typically traffic is pretty clear. We have a clear path on the left, but we have some traffic on the right. So FSD is holding position. Now we have traffic coming up to the left as well and the right. So we're pretty much just maintaining position. FSD is not creeping forward, which is good. Now that we have an opening, it's going right through pretty aggressively, but confident. So it's not hesitating. It just went right through as soon as it saw the opening. So really great job there. We'll be making a right here at this light. So I'll check in with you guys once this light turns green. Okay, light is now green. CRV was a little hesitant there. So it had its signal on to turn right, and then at the last second, removed the signal to go straight FSD, didn't hesitate at that. And now we are moving forward here in a 45 mile per hour zone. So we've got probably about an hour until Super Bowl 2025 begins. So we're pretty good on time here, but pretty low traffic too. I think everybody's probably hunkered down at this point, got their beers open. Let me know what you guys are doing for the Super Bowl today. Curious to know what everybody's doing. You guys staying in, going out? Are you hosting a party or going to a party? Let me know what you guys are all up to out there for the Super Bowl, and who you're rooting for as well. But it's just such an enjoyable experience to have FSD be so reliable. It's just awesome. Okay, so we have a right turning lane only, which is fine at this point because we are making a right per the GPS. Slowing down, good curb space towards the right. You saw it wasn't hogging the curb there too much. Had a good gap between the back right tire and the curb. So we are moving forward now, and in about 0.4 miles we'll be making a left turn. Okay, making a lane change here over to the middle lane. The far right lane here ends, and now we are maintaining 35 almost in a 45, picking up speed very nicely. I will be needing to charge here soon, so I'll probably, this is our fourth and final stop, but I will probably charge up a little bit because I'm at 20% battery. So making a right here into this gas station. Very nice. And then it should just drop us off somewhere in the front. Might just decide to drop us off frankly right here. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason for where it decides to drop us off. Okay, it's thinking about whether or not it wants to park, and being a little jerky there. It's probably just going to pull right up front here and then just stop, which is pretty typical behavior. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and engage drive and then drive off. But you can see there's really not much that FSD can't handle in the suburbs. I mean, it's so enjoyable. It is so awesome, so much fun to be able to be behind the wheel and let your car make all of the decisions for you. So let me know what you guys thought about this drive. Also, drop a comment down below for any Tesla FSD or just Tesla in general video that you want to see. I love reading all the comments from you guys. Provide any feedback. I want to make sure that the videos get better and better for you. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in terms of future video ideas. If there's anything that you want to see me test, it could be something FSD related or otherwise. So just let me know down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you haven't already, consider hitting the subscribe button. As I release more and more videos like this, I want to be sure that you get notified as I post. Thank you again for tagging along on today's drive. Happy Super Bowl Sunday 2025. I'll catch you guys in the next one.